Hello and welcome to Watching Movies with my pastor. And this is a very special episode because it is 250 years. And you can say the word, it's whoever we were, Jeff Dunham was singing it. There's like 3 different versions, but the quintessendum,
semi-quincentennial.
Yes, and Jeff Dunham could even say that without moving his lips.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because he was talking with his puppets about that. But there's other names for it too. There's like 3 different names he used.
Yeah, there are.
People you call it. But I can't even say Mixoplexix, whatever. Okay, so
Massachusetts?
No,
Mixoplexix.
Yeah, Mixi-plix. Yeah, you got me confused now. You got me confused.
Yes!
You got
Small
me
victory. Mixopidalic.
Mix-yes-pitalik.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I got it.
Yes-pitalik.
That's what I said.
Is he supposed to show up? Guys said it more than 3 times.
No. You say it backwards to get him to go away.
Yeah, that's
okay.
it.
Otherwise, he'll make Superman do stupid things. Anyways, so we thought we watched something special. Now, there are options of things you can watch. And so I thought I'd pull up. It was like, there's a lot of other different movies.
Yes.
Now, based on the classic novel by Howard Fast, which we read in middle school, a TV movie starring Tommy Lee Jones follows a teenage boy whose life changes forever
I have that movie.
on the morning of the battles of Lexington and Concord. April morning, right?
Yes, I have it.
We read the book and then we watched the movie.
Yes.
And that would be one, because that's the...
it was a TV film.
Yeah, it was made for TV.
I have not seen this one.
And it has...
it's the beginning of the American Revolution.
And there's a famous brother in that movie. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he's
been a long time.
Yeah, it's a good film. And my brother had to make me a copy of it because it's hard to buy. You can't seem to find it.
Yeah, well, it's a TV movie, so it's hard to
really
find.
good, though.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones, of course, is always amazing.
They really lightened the tone compared to the book. The book is a bit of detail because the poor kid was wetting himself.
Yes.
And his father said, that's okay. We're all scared.
Yeah, and
It's very dramatic, of good telling. But it's the opening of the American Revolution.
We watched that in school, too.
Of course, we're going to go a little bit with the movie we're watching today, which I'm not naming yet. We're going to go before this happened. Another one I need to see this one of these days, 1776, which is a film adaptation of an acclaimed Broadway musical that tells the story of all the debates surrounding the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which this would have been a good one to watch.
Before, but it's been a long time. That's the same here. It's like I seem to always fall asleep certain films, and that's one of them.
Yeah. It is surprisingly funny, historically informed, and features memorable songs like Sit Down John and Molasses to Rum. And despite being musical, it's a favorite among many history teachers. And then I was looking for something that was during the American Revolution, and the only thing I could think of was The Patriot, which is a nice 3-hour. The only time I've ever watched it is when we went to the theater. Because Mel Gibson likes to go.
Watch.
Mel Gibson likes to go excessively violent, so we can't give it the official watching with my pastor's endorsement.
Yes, and it's not 100%. It's not 100% historically accurate.
Yeah, it's not historical. But, none of these are historically completely accurate.
No, but some are more than others.
Yeah, some more than others. But it's just an entertaining movie.
And I'm going out tomorrow to see the new Young Washington.
Yes, I'd like to go see that one. Yeah. And then one that's, normally we kind of do retro movies, which generally retro has to be at least 15 years old.
Yeah.
But a new recent movie, because it's cool, because it covers 2 periods of history, and it's called A Great Awakening. Yeah. And you can find a DVD. I want a Blu-ray, but they only are selling a DVD right now.
It's good.
It's such a good movie. And so, like the main story takes place during the Second Continental Congress when the Articles of Confederation was failing and they wrote the Constitution that we have today. I want a movie they need to follow up. 2 ways to follow up, but like the Bill of Rights, because the Bill of Rights were the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, which come later.
Another thing that they have...
I'm talking about that. Let me get back to you on that one. So you have half the story that's setting that up, and you get an older Benjamin Franklin. He's sitting there in the Second Continental Congress where they're eventually going to write the Constitution we have. But then he flashes back to before the Declaration of Independence to a period called The Great Awakening, where it's due to this one. This is called A Great Awakening, probably because it only focuses on George Whitefield. So what they ought to do is another movie with John Edwards,
that'd be good.
Which is your guy that was a former teacher. That's what we were talking about. It's like John Edwards. We weren't sure if he immigrated, but no, he was born in Connecticut, and I had not realized until I was listening to a guy on the radio talking about the Great Awakening. Sure. And John Edwards is the one who wrote Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God. And it was said of him, he could scare you with his preaching, but then he'd preach you right into heaven. And he was as powerful as George Whitefield. And the two of them combined caused such a great revival that's why we sat down and said, no, we are free people. We should not be having to deal with a tyrant. And we need to declare our independence.
Yes, that's good.
It's because revivals in the land and they were all with God. But okay, now you had a thought. But that's why we want to recommend that movie.
There is a film. It was a miniseries. Now, I got to be honest with you, though. It's ornery. And by my phrase in honor there is meaning there's some, let's just say some worldly filth.
Some filth.
And I'm saying that to you because it was made for HBO at the time.
Of
and
course.
It was like in 2010, 2011, because my father's still around, I believe. But it's a good movie. I believe it's called John Adams. Maybe it's Samuel Adams. I can't remember. I get them confused. But it was our second president. But either way, it's a pretty good movie. It's got a lot of good people in it. And the acting is really well done. And it is about the founding of our nation. And it goes deep into it. And it's, I don't know, let's say 8 hours, maybe more, maybe 10 hours. There's a lot of good episodes. And if you ever, and again, be aware, you're going to hear a lot, but it takes you deep into it. And you get to know about Benjamin Franklin's faults and everything.
Why am I suddenly remembering what, is that the one that had Anthony Hopkins as?
No.
There's one where Anthony Hopkins plays.
Oh, maybe.
Because I think it was an HBO made one. Anthony Hopkins plays one of the founding fathers.
I can't remember. I know that.
Was that the one?
I can't remember the name of the actors.
It focused on like a side, not
I know
Washington.
that George Washington was played by a really great actor who's been in a lot of movies. He played one of the big tall guard from Green Mile.
The guard.
Yeah,
not the big tall prisoner.
Yeah,
that's the guy. With the blonde hair.
Yeah, he had to wear a fake nose even to look more like George Washington, but he did a good job and did a real good job because George Washington, as you know, is a Christian,
right?
And but so it goes deep into that. But they did a good job in this movie. I'm just letting you know that I suggest you watch it, but I'm also letting you know as a man of God that you will see some things and hear some things that aren't necessarily biblically biblically good. Yeah. I'm just letting you know that. But it's good.
Oh, I got my cable all tangled into how in the world?
I believe it's John Adams, if I'm not mistaken.
John Adams is the president.
Is it John Adams? And that's what I'm thinking. It might be the one that had Anthony Hopkins. I remember seeing a thing.
I know that it had a good actor. He was the one who ended up being in the Planet of the Apes. First thing I seen him on, he plays John Adams on the year 2000 version or 1999, whatever it was. He played an ape, and then later on he would be in a ton of other movies. He played Santa Claus on what's his name? Something Claus, Fred Claus. He plays Santa Claus in that. Good actor, but he plays John Adams. Yeah, Samuel Adams is also a good guy, but we know him mostly because he made alcohol. Yeah. But he was a good guy. They were both good Christian fellers, but they also we didn't always agree with them either.
Well,
so
people are not perfect.
Yeah. No one is.
Our founding fathers were not perfect.
Johnny, or either was George Washington.
Getting focused on the movie that we need to get started with. So released by Disney 1957, Johnny Tremain is based on Johnny Tremain, the classic historical novel by Esther Forbes, and won the 1944 Newbery Award.
Wonderful.
It's set in Boston during the years leading up to the American Revolution. The story follows young silversmith apprentice Johnny Tremain, whose promising future is shattered by a devastating hand injury. So Disney's adaptation combines coming-of-age drama with American history, introducing viewers to figures such as Paul Revere, Samuel Adams, John Hancock, and Dr. Joseph Warren. And, there's some interesting side notes, but I'm going to get into some of this as we actually get the movie started. So those of you that are part of Patreon or are exclusive members on Red Circle, you will be able to hear the movie with us. Yeah. If you are a free member, you will not hear the film, except for maybe clips that are important because we talk about a particular thing. And you'll also get a shortened version because if there's not us talking, if there's silence, I'm going to edit that out. So for those of you who are going to be able to watch along with us, I'm hitting play now. Recommended automatic English when needed. English only when... What? This video contains foreign language sections or on-screen text. Which language would you like to see on screen?
Recommended.
Automatic English when needed. There we go. Okay, now I'm starting the movie.
Maybe they encounter some French shoulders or something like that.
People speaking other languages or something. Let's see. Did I have anything on who did this music?
I was just reading some the Sons of Liberty that really existed. It came around 1772, 73. I think it's 73.
This is usually something I do before I start to move, but we need to get going here. But the box office reception, this is although never one of Disney's biggest hits, Johnny Tremain became a favorite through television broadcasts and school viewings. Many Americans first encountered the story in history class, making it one of Disney's most educational live-action productions. Today it remains more of Disney's overlooked historical dramas. I did not find how much it cost to make it or how much it brought in.
I've actually read this book.
One of the things I love about it, we watched it in school.
Have to speak up, Heather.
I
didn't even introduce everybody. Okay, we all know Pastor Philip. We know me, Jeremy the Sparta fan. My wife Heather is watching with us. To the youth of the world, to whose spirit and courage rests the hope of eventual freedom for all mankind. Okay, that's on the screen, so I figured I better read it. Boston, July 1773. Okay.
When I was in Boston twice, I went down here to where we had the Boston Tea Party, but I ran down
Oh, look
there
at that map
and
painting.
I saluted it last time I was running, literally running, because I had lost a lot of weight. I was running.
You ran up the stairs in
I
Philadelphia,
did,
too.
and I ran down there to the Boston Tea Party area. I saluted and I said, the Sons of Liberty. I saluted to them, but they still play this song when you go to the old American area in Disney World and Disneyland and other areas. My father and I went walking. This is in Epcot Center, and they were playing that song, just the music, and my dad and I were singing with it and singing da 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 da. So it makes me miss my dad.
Okay, well, there's I forgot this actor's name, but he played Peter Pan as a boy.
He did a couple others too.
Well, this says Hal Stallmaster as Johnny Tremain.
Oh, it's the other guy who's Peter in there.
I didn't catch what this guy's name was. And this older fella looks familiar.
Well, he's on Andy Griffith as
Was he the grumpy guy?
Yeah, he was the grumpy guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's on a lot of shows.
But this guy, like his name, we were just talking about
Remember on the
Bagheera.
Christmas episode that he stuck his head to the window singing?
Yeah, but the other guy whose voice you'll recognize
Yes.
is Bagheera. I didn't catch his character's name. So I thought that guy was the voice of Peter Pan as he was a boy, and then it was later in Song of the South, but I guess it's not. We've got Hal Stallmaster as Johnny Tremain, Luana Patton as Priscilla Lapham.
And the girl there.
Yeah,
so-
she's been
so
in
the-
something. She's
The
familiar.
other one, the pretty one,
Yeah.
with the blue eyes.
The mom looking one.
The mom-looking one is
No,
Luana
not the
Patton.
mom, the other one.
Yeah, that's Priscilla Lapham.
Oh.
Jeff York as Dr. Joseph Warren, Sebastian Cabot as Jonathan Light, and Walter Sanday as Paul Revere. Something to watch during June.
Yeah. There she is. She was on Song of the South and such.
She was?
I believe so. When she was little. Maybe I'm wrong.
I kind of like the old style of hairstyle where they had like the spirally curls they would do.
And that sun, they would have that in the where all the men would meet. The different people, they'd use that sun thing. The sun rises, the sun falls. Or sets, actually.
Yeah. She was chewing gum back there. I just saw her. She was like, see, she's chewing gum. I don't know. Well, they probably had something you would chew on back then, I'm sure.
Oh, she's eating.
Oh, she's eating an apple. Okay. Okay, Sebastian Cabot then is the voice of Bagheera.
Why are you so anxious about this one, Johnny?
Mr. Light's our landlord. Isn't that reason enough?
What's this?
Oh, just a mark to sign my silver with when I'm my own master.
Using Mr. Light's family crest?
Oh, yeah. I love the hair they're using there. It's cool.
Yeah. In the 1950s, Walt Disney became increasingly interested in telling stories from American history. And so this movie was produced around the same time that Disney was creating Frontierland at Disneyland and producing educational television programs about America's founding.
And that's where you hear that music and all, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Frontierland. Oh, yeah.
And it's a nice little area. In fact, you can go into a little area. I can't remember what they call it, but you can eat some food and stuff, old-timey food in there, and you can drink from a cup that looks similar to those types of things. And they have this wonderful little logo that has Mickey, Goofy, and Donald, and maybe even Pluto, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Minnie, too. But I think it's just the three of them on the main logo. But on their little placemats, you'll have Minnie and all them. You'll see them all dressed in the old-timey like that.
Nice.
And it's pretty great. And that's where they play the music and all that stuff. And I've eaten there a couple times. It's a lot of fun.
You know, that's a fun story on Frontierland, or at least, no, I think it's Liberty Square in Walt Disney World.
Liberty Square, yeah.
They have little tracks. One's brown and one's like yellow or whatever.
Yeah.
Or there's like a brown one. And apparently that they were trying to simulate where people would dump their waste down into a channel down the side because you didn't have sewers.
No, you didn't.
So you would dump your pot out there. And so that's why there's actually supposed to be a brown thing. Now, I didn't notice while I was there, but I've heard about it later.
Here he is.
Oh, yeah, that's your voice of Peter Pan right there as he's older.
And he went on to be in West Side Story, I believe.
Really?
I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I can't remember his name now. But he died young, alcohol, and I believe suicide.
It does horrible things to you. When you watch old shows like this, or old movies or old shows on TV, you will know that you know them from somewhere.
Yeah.
A lot of these actors, or their voice at least, but you can't always place them. But you know, it's like going to a family reunion sometimes. You know them. You just don't know always from where.
Yeah, they worked actually closely with historians trying to make sure everything was really recreated to be a colonial Boston as well.
That's good.
Accurately for a family audience, paying close attention for period costumes, architecture, and historical events. And the matte paintings that you can kind of see for backgrounds are really cool.
That's a good thing, actually.
Yeah. Where was I was seeing...
Nowadays, a lot of movies don't do that, but I think they should because a lot of times, whether they know it or not, what we see in our eyes, we put into our mind like, oh, that's how it was.
Yeah. Because they actually filmed this in a backlot in California.
I love the
Disney.
writing. That's great.
There we go. Yeah.
You know, that had to be one of the artists doing that their hand, you know. I mean, it had to be.
Yeah.
But you wanted to have the hands right because he had very
Big.
large hands. Yeah.
On tan, you know. Even if they had to use makeup, you know, you have to do it just right. I've seen him do it wrong before. I love that actor. I agree. But you got to also do it carefully. Don't want to slam it on him.
Yeah.
I love the curls on her hair.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I love
the
it.
hairstyles. And even when we were watching The Great Awakening, it's like the hairstyles the women had was really kind of cool
I love it.
in that movie.
But
too.
I bet it was annoying trying to put together back in the day. I bet it was so timely.
Well, you'd have to
But that matte painting, it blends so well even there. It looks so cool.
Perfect.
to do the curls. You have to have an iron
Yes,
that
I've
goes
seen
on the stove to heat it up, and then and I think a lot of women burnt their hair.
Oh, I heard that.
quite a bit.
I heard that.
So their hair would be a lot more dry because of that process.
Ship's Chandler. Right away, I saw Matt Ferry out there. Ship's Chandler.
Yeah, Walt Disney believed American history contains some great adventure stories ever told, some of the greatest adventure stories ever told, and wanted to make them accessible to families.
And it was real popular back then because, TV was new.
Yeah.
And you had David Bowie and people like that. And
not the singer.
Not David.
No, not David.
Was it Jim Bowie?
Jim Bowie.
I got that confused with Daniel
the guy
Boone.
who's famously had the Bowie knife.
Yeah. Daniel Boone was a man. You remember he had that?
Yeah.
And of course,
that's where you get hurt. Yep, there it is. Oh.
David Crockett was trying to say. David Crockett. That looks so painful.
Oh, yeah. Because hot silver.
That's different than catching red-handed, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, because they were trying to cheat church by hurrying up and get that silver thing done.
And his intentions were good, but the execution.
Yeah. Look at those big old hooping rings on that dude.
Yeah.
Look like a pirate.
Yeah. And it's funny is we don't think of him like that, but they are.
It's been a long time since I read the book. But yeah, that you're talking about, it's condensed. There's actually quite a bit before he gets to be the silversmith apprentice in the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I bet it was hard back then to take such a big book and shrink it down.
Otherwise, how faithful are they? Because Disney has a habit sometimes of really diverting, but I think they were trying to be pretty faithful from what I was reading in here.
You can understand when they're doing an animated movie, like for the sake of children. You can understand, especially now. This one they probably didn't have to change as much, but with if you have a movie where there's something that could be thought of as provoking, you have to change some of that. Yeah. Like Little Mermaid. Yeah. You don't want to break. And now he wasn't around for that, but what I mean is you don't want to break someone's heart. We're killing an Ariel.
Yeah. Well, they test screened it with like an original ending, and
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it didn't go over so well. Apparently, from what I've heard, they tested it out a little bit.
You can't do that.
Nope, we're gonna have to do a different ending.
You can't do that because
they got to give it the Disney ending.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because not to disrespect any of the original writers, but sometimes it does. For instance, Hunchback, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, when the guy wrote it, he first actually began, and if you read the book, you can tell he loved the old architecture of Paris.
Yeah.
And so it really starts off like kind of you got to protect the old, don't turn everything into new, whatever. And then it gets into the story. So it's very dry at the beginning.
Yeah.
And,
boy, I tried to get through it.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. It's tough to get through.
Book.
And really the Hunchback is there, but he's not as prominent as,
I've only gone through some of that, but I couldn't. It was too much for me. Now I've watched a lot of the old. There was even somewhat of a miniseries years ago, but it was slow too. The movie that was really good though had Richard Harris, who played. This was done for I don't remember if it's TBS or whatever it was. Yeah. Maybe it's TNT, but it had Richard Harris in it. He was really good. He played, of course, the priest or whatever.
Okay, now we weren't paying attention. I've only watched this movie once, so he's basically being let go from his apprenticeship.
Oh, that's right. But
he's allowed to live there if he wants because they love him like a son. He's got to be able to do something left-handed.
He said if I can't earn it, basically he wants to earn his keep. Yeah, and you can understand that. I mean, especially then.
Well, and in the book they explain more because you can't really show it's for kids the damage to his hand. Yeah. They talk in the book more, but like it's so disfigured, like he can't use his hand like a normal person. I want to say like there was a thumb fused to the the hand or something. Like there was.
Has to learn to write all over again.
And that would be very hard. Mm-hmm. Especially then, the whole idea that they're giving to you is that God is punishing you for doing what you did.
Yeah. You have to find just the right work that you could do left-handed with only one hand. And
And that was the fear I had for years because I was told I was going to lose the use of my drawing
I
hand.
remember that.
The funny thing is I still have both hands, but my tumor switched sides. And now my left hand isn't as useful as my right. But hey, if I had to choose one, I remember saying back then, I'd rather lose the other. Now he recognizes that.
Yep.
I'll tell you, that guy's good. Even the use of his eyes and all, he's just so good.
He has a very particular profile.
Well, later on, he would grow a beard and he'd be on that show. What was it called? They had the boy and the girl, Jody and Dodie, what was her name? What's it called? It had the dad and the kids, and I can't think of the name of it. But it was in the 60s and into the 70s. It was good. Oh, it's horrible. He looks like the oatmeal man.
Quaker Oats guy. Yeah, with the curls and the sides.
Yeah.
That wig.
And kind of heavy. I'm not trying to be cruel. That's a great voice.
He even narrated the Winnie the Pooh movie, if I remember correctly.
He sure did. Thank you. I knew it again. He was so good. But yeah, and that was during the time that he did that show I'm talking about. It was something of father. But he had the 2 kids, and one of them ended up growing up and being the musical Tom Sawyer. And it was a good show. The dad on that show was the father on Parent Trap. Brian, boy, my brain is just not working right. Sorry. Brian Keith.
Constable, didn't I report on August 10th last that a window was broken in this room and one of these cups, carelessly left out, was stolen along with some other trifles of silver?
That you did, sir.
Well, we found our burglar, Constable. Take him away.
Come, boy.
A little bit reminiscent of the story of Joseph.
Yeah.
Just unfairly accused and thrown in prison.
His voices remind me a little bit of Luke Skywalker when...
I was going to touch his face instead. Yep, power converters.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mix this split up.
Oh, that song. I don't know what you call them, but I really like those little neck things they'd have with the little...
The collars,
things, yeah.
Collars, too.
Well, they remind me, like in marching band, we'd have a thing a little bigger, but it was called a dicky.
Oh, well, that might be that. But I like how they come down in the front.
And they have the fluffy.
Yeah. Some of them
I think back then it was just considered like a collar.
Maybe. Like his over here, he had the little ruffles. And I noticed that when watching the movie A Great Awakening, I noticed that maybe it's because he was a minister, but his would have these 2 flaps coming down on the front.
Yeah.
Which is different than the priest.
Rough again. So act like he doesn't even know him from the shop, you know. It's like,
He's so good
he
at
burned
that.
his hand trying to get your silver cup ready.
Yeah.
Oh, Bagheera, you know better.
Yeah.
Station. Oh, wow.
For a cup.
Yeah.
Even under British law, I don't think you
That's
did
pretty
get
rough.
that. Yeah.
I want them to take off his good hand.
Now, see, here's the thing. He has no real evidence.
No.
Other than the cup. But who would go and confess by giving, here's the cup.
Yeah.
He'd have to be an idiot to pull that.
The girl who likes you.
Yep.
Oh, you see how you drop that real quick? You drop that paper.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, isn't it a fact
he's pompous.
that the accident to which you refer occurred while this young felon was deliberately breaking the law?
He was breaking the Sabbath, if that's what you mean.
Precisely.
We all were, except Grandpa.
Because this unprincipled boy urged you to it.
No, sir. Because you'd brought
Because
us an
you
order
did.
that could have paid all the back rent Grandpa owes you.
A tenant who dares to testify against her landlord has courage, sir, and in the opinion of this court, no possible motive but the truth. This court finds no evidence to support the charges against this defendant.
I like it.
He's probably going to raise the rent because he's such a pompous arrogant
Kick him
jerk.
out.
Yeah, he'll try.
Probably
Yeah.
kick him out.
She's keys all
Just
good
admit
out.
it.
She's adorable.
Just admit it. He lost the use of his right hand. That's what happened.
Sometimes that's what happens in life, though. You want to stand on your own until you realize that everybody needs support of some sort, whether it be here or, more importantly, everlasting.
Yeah.
Man, long old socks, man. Or that's probably leggings.
Yeah, leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because men would
Well, they
wear
would have
them.
had stockings.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Stockings.
I get words mixed up. That's a beautiful horse. If I had to have a choice, I'd probably have a white horse. But part of that's growing up with silver.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least a kind of a cream color. Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say the name of Woodrow's horse on Lonesome Dove. We'll just say the heck wench.
Yeah. Oof.
Ouch.
Now you think, okay, so he's purposely spooking the horse to try to see if Johnny can stay on it one-handed. You'd think at some point the horse would be like, I know you're back there trying to spook me, and like, forget you.
You break him eventually.
Yeah. The horse would be like,
Not all black horses are this way, but many black horses have been mean-spirited for whatever reason. I don't know if it's what their breed. Not all of them are that way, but Tornado.
I'm sure there's ornery horses in all colors.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're right.
kind of how they always say, oh, it's orange cat behavior. It's like, no, all cats act like that.
Do they really say that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
One of our first cats I remember as a kid, we call it Sunkissed. Because remember the drink back then, they commercialed it a lot. And we loved that thing. There we go.
It didn't fold it very evenly.
No, he didn't. I noticed that. Here we go.
Sons of Liberty.
The Sons of Liberty. And that is the symbol you see at that restaurant I was telling you about. You see a lot of that. Because they have a big tree outside in that little area at Disney, in both the Disney World and at Disneyland. But they have it out there. It's pretty cool.
Don't they have like part of their singing group?
Yes.
Although they call it Sons and Daughters of Liberty,
Yes.
I think, because they have some women that sing with them.
Yeah, now.
But yeah, that's what the one they sing in the film there where the acoustics are amazing.
It's
apparently.
a beautiful place. Yeah. That's where they have now in Disneyland. What they had was the Lincoln speaking.
Yeah.
In Disney World, they had the Hall of Presidents. And
so you get everybody.
Yeah. And it's really good.
It's really cool.
Now, it took them a while. Some of the presidents looked perfect, but the first time they had, I want to say President Trump, it didn't look quite right.
It didn't look like him. It looked like Hillary Clinton's face.
Did. And they had to change it, which is good because it looks much better now.
It's like, you know what they were hoping for.
But I think what they had already believed that it was going to be her, and they had to change their idea.
Yeah.
Because it's my assumption.
That's what they wanted.
Yeah. Well, and they believed it was going to happen. So
I wonder if the people that they feature in here, like, Paul Revere and all that kind of stuff, if they were really as old as what they are depicting here.
Probably not, but I may be wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that
I think you'd probably age a little faster back then too.
Now that's a good point. That's a real good point.
Life was a little rougher on you.
And
Johnny Tremain might have been younger than what they're showing here too. I don't remember from the book how old he is, but
I was going to say that back then, being in your nowadays being in your 30s is like being in your 20s, and I'm talking young 20s.
Yeah.
But back then, being in your 30s is like being in your 50s now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be 50 in August. Lord's will, I'll be 50 in August, and yet I feel like I'm in my 30s as far as I'm talking maturity.
Yeah. We still have our toys.
Hey, amen to that.
Got more toys now than I ever had than I was a kid.
If I could choose an action figure line that I personally would make, there's two I'd make, maybe more, but I would make an American history one. That'd be fun. And I would make, of course, a biblical history one. Yeah. That'd be fun. I would love it. I'd make a lot of others, though, too.
Yeah.
I would make, like, lots of fun characters. People know Robin Hood and others. It'd be fun. Historical
What's the black dot on the back of the guy's wig?
Which one?
I think
he looks like he's got Oompa Loompa hair. Only
he does
brown color.
But they did have that back then, some of the wigs.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like they were sitting at the table, and it was like one guy had this smooth white hair, like he was the Reverend, and it had like a black dot in the back of it. I didn't know if it was like a hat or something.
Oh, you know what? It might have been. It might have been like maybe the Jewish wear.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yarmulke type. I don't know.
Apparently, yarmulke is a European Jewish.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it was just a way for the ministers, but I don't know.
I don't know.
And that's important. That was for the sake of
I'm looking at the back of everybody's head now for a dot. I don't know what you're seeing.
I don't know. Now they're never going to show it again.
No. And they're not all wigs. Some of those are actual hairs, but it's hard to say.
No less firm than the rock-ribbed shores of our own continent. The rights of free Englishmen, wherever they may be. And from this unassailable vantage, we must face the gale. I see the clouds which rise thick and fast upon our horizon, the thunder roll and the lightning play.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here comes the British dude. Spoil their fun. Oh, here comes the tea party time.
That's right. Weird or something?
Yeah, see? Oh, it's the guy on the far left.
I don't see what you're talking about still.
Yeah.
Went real fast.
Yeah.
There's your cue, Johnny.
Come on, tea party folk.
I read a thing that there's actually 3 different types, or 5 different types. 5 different types, I think, of Oriental tea that they would have in the colonies.
Yeah, I was reading
A
about
lot
some
of it was green tea.
Yeah.
Well, no taxation without representation was their big deal here.
Yeah.
They're getting a big old massive tax on tea.
What always drives me crazy is when you see, I'm not saying you see a lot of this, but you see some modern folks is like, well, it wasn't really that big of a deal. You hush up. You don't know. You weren't there.
We don't know anything about like what
they were going
through. Yeah.
They had no representation in British government. There was nobody there for the colonies. They were being bullied.
And they couldn't say, they couldn't vote it in. They couldn't vote it out. Like we.
And I certainly don't want to hear from the viewpoint of some people who don't even know what's really going on now because they're listening to their professor instead of the reality of things. They don't even know what a woman is. How would they know what happened back then 250 years ago or 252 years ago?
Well, some of those professors have an agenda, and they're
absolutely
in the ivory tower of academia.
I'm just going to say, being a pastor, I'm just going to say it. They don't realize that they're being pushed by someone else.
Yeah,
the devil. And they just don't know it. Oh, you're about to lose some money, boy.
Well, that's something else that if you have a historical perspective of where they came from in England, if you were the landowner, if you were rich, it didn't matter. The masses didn't matter. Like you bowed to them.
They were basically your slave.
Basically, yeah. I mean, you would grow the crops, but then you gave it to the landowner.
I like that. They didn't want to hurt anybody.
And I think that's part of the reason when people came here was like, hey, we don't have anybody. We can own our own lands. We don't have anybody that has to, we can be free men.
Yeah, and they weren't, so to speak.
No.
Yeah. And this is a different sort of protest because they're like, we're not going to hurt nobody or nothing. We're just coming for the tea to throw it over.
And it wasn't to hurt the Native Americans, as we call them now, the Indians.
They're trying to disguise themselves.
Yeah.
Wasn't trying to hurt the name.
So it's like, okay, don't damage the ship.
Because notice they're not really trying to look like any tribe, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can see it in there. I may see if I can find the audiobook of that story.
Yeah, I bet the library has it.
I bet they do.
Well, and it's the Newbery Award, that's for children's books.
Oh,
so it's not a big book.
Where did I put my phone? So I have my library card on it. And
is this it, brother?
Yep, that is it.
I'll get it for you. There you go.
I will do a quick check. See if the Mid-Continent
I love how they got the... And now I know they call it font, but I love the way it looks. It's really nice.
The script of the
script,
yeah.
And it wasn't an easy thing. It took a lot of ink to do that stuff back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you ever have to do that in school where they make you do the pen? Oh, I was terrible at it.
I ended up doing pretty good because how I looked at it was not writing. It's the way I do now. Mm-hmm. I don't look at it as writing. I look at it as drawing a letter. I know that sounds dumb.
You really are.
Does. But it's how I look at it because I can draw okay. I'm not saying I'm great, but I can draw okay. What I do is I see a picture and I just say, this line goes to this, goes this, goes to this. And I do the same thing with the letters. If I'm in a rush, I don't do very well, but he's kind of almost admiring them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the villain.
Yep.
Not Bagheera.
Okay. Well, all copies are in use currently of the book, 75th anniversary copy.
Oh, wow.
There's an ebook that's available, DVD edition from 2005. There's an e-audiobook.
That's what I probably have to get.
Yeah. So it's basically an audiobook that you have to have a certain app that Mid-Continent Library will let you check it out and you can listen to it off your phone. So yes, it is available.
I have, I don't know what it's called now.
We're going to break in and we'll take all your tea, but we'll clean up after ourselves.
Yep. Well, that potentially did. Like this was...
This makes my daddy.
It's a lot different from people now that get in your face and blow things and assault you, assault your ears. They're wanting violence. And then when you do something, they say, oh, you provoked. It's like, no, you guys provoked somebody to defend themselves, but now you're going to accuse them of violence. That's what keeps happening. Yeah, it's like, you're not protesting, you're trying to start a fight.
Like I would do anything to defend the Lord and defend my mama and others, that I love.
No, I don't burning down towns and everything.
Yeah, you can't do that. Now, I never want to hurt anybody, but I do what I must to defend.
Yeah.
Well, and they put themselves in a position so they can then plead victim, like laying in the road.
It's got that old classic sound, So
there's a very different sort of way to protest.
Hollow tree.
Don't sing too much of it. You're getting us a YouTube violation when this goes up.
Sons of liberty. I love how it's got the old sound of the big voices,
Mm-hmm. Now, there was a story on the Liberty Tree that was like a thing. I think it's the tree that they were passing by earlier in town. There was, I know it was a big deal, but I can't remember what the deal was.
And that part is true. They called themselves that. They really believed in that. It would grow taller and stronger as the days went by. And they're right. Sadly, we got people try to cut it down, so to speak. But you got to keep replanting, not cutting.
I was like, she's acting like she didn't want to come along when he pulls her along with it. It's like, yeah, now you're singing along there. Don't act like you didn't want to go marching along there later.
With his arm.
Yeah.
This how my dad would walk when he did.
Yeah, I can see your dad doing that.
And he would walk.
Yeah, I can see they would hang stuff off of this tree.
And my mom would act embarrassed behind us, and my dad go, I don't care.
Yeah. And then also Liberty Tree, I think they used to hang things in effigy and stuff, you know.
Yeah, the lanterns.
Of course, now there was other bits of things that it was a bit more violent where they'd tar and feather somebody.
Yeah, they do that too. That does look pretty though.
Well, and then the humiliation of the stocks.
I believe that is a painting again.
Oh yeah,
it's a good painting though. Classic Disney artists, man. They were the best.
Yeah, they make the mountain on Darby O'Gill.
But yeah, that matte painting just blends so well in. Such a good job.
They had to do that in Star Wars and stuff. Even.
Yeah,
you know
the matte paintings are amazing in Star Wars. Holy cow!
They fit so well.
I'm drinking a root beer.
That's long before the days of computer. And you had to do what you had to do.
Well, I feel like we've lost a lot of that. It's kind of sad. Everybody's focused on computers instead of those just traditional. Being able to, I see it in real life. Can I put it on paper or canvas in real life?
In some ways,
it's happening in my line of work too. AI is replacing me.
I think that same as some of what I do.
Yeah.
Now, I believe that you can balance everything if you do it well enough.
Yeah. His manner of speech, not the accent because it's different, but the way he talks reminds me of Khan.
Yeah, me too. It might be him.
Ricardo Montalban.
That Khan.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the way he just, with authority, the way he speaks just has that, without the same accent of Ricardo Montalban had. But
because there was this,
gravitas.
I saw the actual white man from about that time that played Khan in Jungle Book.
Oh, okay. Shere Khan.
Yeah, that's not him, but it's similar.
He does have a good voice, though.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He speaks with authority. He's really good at that.
Classically trained, I bet.
Well, that's one reason why the old Shakespearean actors, people like Robert Duvall and others, would go into Shakespeare for that very reason.
They can learn to speak
very clearly.
Yes.
One of the reasons why I'm glad I had speech problems, even though I don't like my voice.
You had some training.
But I had to. I had to stop, talk slowly and clearly.
Yeah.
Because I didn't when I was young.
I still speak too fast and have to, I have to concentrate on slowing down and using my radio voice when I turn it on like this. And I speak entirely differently when I'm trying to do this, which I probably should use when podcasting, but it doesn't sound natural. But I turn it on and off like that.
Well, my father always told me when I was very young, I'm talking 4.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really start speaking much till I was about 4. I was very quiet and because I was scared. To be honest,
I had trouble with my R's and my W's. Apparently,
I had trouble with that too because I would say what in the world? That's what I would say. I couldn't get.
I didn't realize I was saying anything wrong until they put me in speech therapy to correct it. And I was like, I'm saying it right. It's like, is this the way I've said it? No, I guess not. Well, I still think I sound a little funny. It's the way I talk a little bit when I'm natural.
I'm very
recordings.
Self-conscious about it.
Yeah. But I do have the switch that I can hit when I need it. But it doesn't sound entirely natural to me when I do this.
I know I sound like Shatner if I'm not careful.
It comes out a lot. So you sometimes mix between your dad and William Shatner sometimes when you're preaching.
Don't mean to do it. Partially because I'm trying to be careful with what I say and how I say it.
Yeah.
1 minute I'm Andy Griffith.
Yeah, that comes out of you a lot too. That Andy Griffith tone, just like, what are you just talking?
Oh, well.
Wait. I don't know if I've picked up any trick of speech off of anything specific.
I have I don't know. Sometimes I'm more Augustus McCrae.
Oh.
And then I'm Andy Griffith. And then I'm
focusing on the movie. Sorry, I'm not. That's because I've only watched this once.
So really? Yeah, we only saw it that one time over at your house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times, but I love it.
Yeah.
Looking at the curls on their wigs, they have like cotton stuck in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's not the curl all the way. Like there's some of them you can actually see there's like cotton stuck in there to hold the curl.
That's cute. Oh, isn't she cute?
Now all of a sudden he wants to be friends.
Oh, yeah. Because he knows he's up a creek. Now he's only got the 3 up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't about money, it's principles.
To make you an offer I now realize I would have regretted for the rest of my life. I've been at pains to investigate your claim of relationship to me. I was willing to grant that you might indeed be my dead sister's son. I'd intended, in fact, to take you to England with me, try and make a gentleman of you.
You would have wasted your time, sir. I would never leave Boston.
Thanks
I
for
warn
the
you,
offer.
lad, when the hangman comes for your rebel friends, there'll be no one to whom you can turn.
The hangman will come for your rebel friends. Him and Grand Moff Tarkin would get along.
Yeah, they would.
We will deal with your rebel friends soon enough. Yeah, have that fourth cup. You know where you can stick it. Yeah.
But that's what the aristocracy, like, no, it's the family, it's the blood, it's the,
Yeah.
we don't want to be part of the rabble.
I think you meant rebel. I'm kidding. He kind of has a look of Bing Crosby a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. My goodness, those are sky blue eyes. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
they are.
She's got really dark hair.
Biblical name.
Yeah, the name of Dorcas. Yeah.
I know.
That was before it kind of became
Yeah, I know.
kind of,
Can't help but you talk about the Green Dragon. My brain went Lord of the Rings.
I beg your pardon, sir, but has the port been reopened so ships may sail from Boston again?
What business is it of yours?
Thought Mr. Lapham might send your flask on aft you on another ship.
I go by military transport. There'll be no other ships, mind.
Well, maybe he can send it on by me. I deliver newspapers to most of the nearby towns, and I'd be
You
glad...
don't deliver newspapers to Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
It worked.
It worked!
Just trying to find out info.
Yep. Loose lips.
Yeah. Sink literal ships.
Sink, yeah, loose lips sink ships.
I kind of wish that was a little bit more in our news and the like, 'cause
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes
Oh, they say way too much.
we we give away way
I
too
remember on September 11th, whenever President George W. Bush was, they had to take him to other places because, we didn't know what was going on exactly.
much. Yeah.
And those doggone people, it depended, I mean, almost all nations networks were doing it, but they're like, okay, now he's going here. And I
it's like,
remember
stop.
my dad was like, shut up. There's a reason they're trying to keep him safe for the now.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it wasn't because he's being cowardice. That we didn't know exactly what was going on.
was
And plus,
going
they
on,
weren't done yet with everything was being attacked.
Well, and then like,
That's
you know,
another good
how they do
thing.
news stories on, this is where all the B-2 bombers are stored over.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Here's the new technology. What are you doing?
And then don't act surprised when something goes wrong either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
They
this.
get to scoop.
If only you knew.
Was that Paul Revere?
Paul Revere.
Yeah.
I last time I went to Boston. I've done it twice now, but got to go through the Paul Revere route. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But luckily, last time my legs were used to it because of all.
Yeah.
There, I can see the cotton
Yeah. It looks like he does have cotton up in the curls.
He has a good voice too.
Yep.
Yeah, most of them do.
Yeah.
They would hire people like that for that reason.
Yeah, but they're not going to follow the rules of battle where you're all going to
No.
line up in a straight line. We're going to be hiding behind the rocks and trees and shooting at you.
Rightly so.
We're not going to line up and exchange fire. No.
God has a different plan than you. Now, it will be an 8-year difficulty.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
very smart of her.
Yep. Keeping that ear attuned.
And it wouldn't happen if you were sassy.
Yeah.
That's the thing people forget a lot of times. Be kind.
Reminds me of something
nice.
I covered in
Until it's time not to be nice.
theory of communication class, I think it was. I pointed out some of the things, if you watch Casablanca.
Yeah.
And he just handed
Some
her
of the
his
things
coat.
he does where he will get along with the Nazis, he'll
Yes.
get along with the other ones. He knows how to play it, and he will be polite and kind, but he's still playing his angles, but he's learned how to deal with the Nazis in a certain way.
That's right.
And it's a great movie, Casablanca.
It is. A really good movie. And then, like I was quoting Patrick Swayze in that movie, Roadhouse, it says, be nice until it's time
Nice, yeah.
not to be nice.
Yeah, even when you open the clouds and find one of your employees with one of the other people's.
Yeah. Oh, they went overboard. Yeah.
That movie's got a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Golly.
Which is a shame. Because I love Patrick Swayze. Miss him.
You guys were talking about Roadhouse. I was paying attention to the movie.
Yeah. Yep, the movie.
Went along
Yes.
with it, yeah.
The movie we're actually watching.
Yes.
This movie, the movie we're watching. For some reason, I'm thinking Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
The poison for cuckoo. Cuckoo is poison.
Cusco.
Yes. That's what I said. Poison meant for cuckoo. Cusco. Cusco's poison. I don't speak very well, okay? Unless I turn on the radio voice, and then I don't sound natural. But I speak very well when I switch it on.
I bet those coats weren't very comfortable back in the day.
Oh, well, heck, the ones we wear at Watkins Mill doing that
Yeah.
are not that comfortable. Yeah, Lexington, that's where the first shots were
Yeah.
fired.
Lexington.
Yeah.
In Concord.
We were trying to remember that the other day.
Yeah, I remember Concord, but
Lexington and Concord.
Concord. Yeah.
Well, I was just reading on it yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, see, next year when if my biomedical, club or biomedical kids get to internationals, we get to go to Philadelphia.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Although we'll be downtown. I'm not so sure about being downtown.
There's a lot of walking, so make sure you dress appropriate.
Well, we did a lot of walking in Indianapolis.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah.
Don't give away too much personal information. Just stop right there.
Yeah.
As they say on that story show, or back when it was Nobody's Listening, stalkers!
Here's another great actor. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Ain't nobody want to stalk me.
Listen, don't drop personal information and stuff like that.
There you go.
I'm not going to have much time to edit this.
But I can't help but think of Philadelphia without thinking of you, Phil, and Rocky and the stairs. That was the first thing I thought of when I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back again. I wanted to do it but when I turned 50, but this hasn't allowed it.
Yeah.
I will do it, but I got to go slow. Yeah. I may not run of it.
Oh, man, I know I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
Me too, but I can't place it either.
Some other old movies.
You can tell they're making him look older than he is.
Yeah. Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Blazing Saddles. So he's sitting there like, wow, because I remember him sitting in the church there. But that's where,
He's in other things, too.
Yeah, I'm looking him up because they said his name was Otis.
Yeah, he does have a little...
Jeff York, James Otis.
He must be a bishop with the little hat.
They would be on, if I'm not mistaken, he would end up being on so many movies.
He's in Old Yeller, if it's the going with him, but I don't see Blazing Saddles on this list, so I don't know if I've got the right guy.
No, the guy on Blazing Saddles ended up being on, they're similar, but...
although this guy doesn't look, this is, okay, I think I got the wrong actor. This is not James Otis, I guess it's somebody else. Maybe there's a different Otis. Dorcas with Sharon Disney.
Wow. That's cool.
She's uncredited, but that's pretty cool. Oh, the composer was George Bruns. He did a lot of stuff in the parks, too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He did a lot of stuff in the parks and some of the early movies. He did some of the early films. When I was young, and my mind would want to switch a lot of the letters around, I thought it said George Burns.
Sorry.
That's okay. Sure, it's not intentional.
Yeah, still got a little bit of my cold lingering.
Well, sure.
Oh, it's fireworks going off outside.
I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe one of the cats was hitting something with their tail.
I was afraid a cat was puking.
Oh.
Because it'll sound like a little... Anyway.
That's true. You're losing possibilities when you die young, but you also lose a lot of pain when you're older.
Oh, it's this thing you have on the right and left of the bottom of your legs, and that's how you stand. Okay, I made a good joke there. Nobody caught it. Because they said, what's a foot?
Oh,
you stand at the end of your legs so you can stand and walk. That's funny. That's a hilarious joke on some universe.
Well, shut up.
Is that your phone making noises?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to stop. I got everything turned off. I don't understand.
I feel like making jokes on the foot. I feel like I should be on the that one thing where they goof on movies and make really dumb jokes. Something 3000 or whatever, You know what I mean? Thanks, Caleb.
Another movie that girl was on that we were looking at earlier was Fun and Fancy Free.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Yeah. So I was like, she probably did a lot of other stuff because when you're that pretty in Hollywood, you're going to get more work.
Yeah. She's on several Disney things. She's on So Dear to My Heart.
Yeah. I saw the last thing she did was in 1987 where she was just an old lady, just generic old lady for casting. Yep. Very famous Christ Church there and putting the two lanterns up. Yep. Now, the one thing that, that's historical that don't really talk about is that Paul Revere was not the only person out writing, spreading the word.
Yeah.
No, there was
a team.
Yeah.
But we got that nice poem,
Yeah, he was the one most
because that poem about him and stuff.
I missed something important because the one of the, I don't know if he's a general, whatever, said something to him and then he ran off and then they sent these other guys after him.
Fortunately, Johnny knows the town better than they do, I'm sure.
No, they're still following him though.
Yeah, he'll give him the slip. Another amazing matte painting, and they're fiddling around with the water there. Just
it blends so well. It's
so cool.
One of the best they did was on Mary Poppins when they.
Oh, brother!
That was so well.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, me too.
Rooftops of London.
Yeah, it was great.
Yes.
Look at that. They use a little bit of animation with it, see?
Yeah, it looks like they did where you kind of blend some film and you kind of mix together.
Yeah, it's really well done. They knew what they were doing. They had all the expertise.
Yeah.
Is what they had.
Walt knew how to get the right talent when he's producing the movie.
Top of the top.
Well, the horse thing reminded me that...
Get the Minutemen!
A lot of people, I don't know if they understood that when the Redcoats came into your like, into your town or whatever.
They'd say, I'm living in your house.
Well, them living in your house. I'm going to use your horse.
Yeah.
I'm going to, horses were not cheap. And of course they would need them for
their work.
For their work and everything. It would have been everything. Like they would have had like maybe one horse if they were lucky,
How are you going to say no? You weren't.
You weren't. You can't.
Yeah. I'm not allowed.
So like it wasn't just like taxes. It was,
a lot of things.
If they came.
So I was watching some documentaries recently on some of this stuff. Netflix did a pretty good job of some of it, with a definite askew, but they did pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
what I was thinking. It's just like, all right, if I'm going to get killed, I'm getting a kiss first.
Whoa, the heck you say? You miss me.
Good thing we only had one shot.
I don't need anyone else to kiss me.
Yeah. So I got one from Priscilla.
That's all right.
April 19th, 1775, the Lexington Green. Here we go.
No sneaking up on them.
Yeah.
When you die, I'm going to steal your gun. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. But that is kind of what had to happen if you didn't have a gun.
They're trying to intimidate the redcoats and send them back. They didn't realize that, somebody's going to fire a shot. And nobody knows who ever fired their shot.
They don't. They still put that in the films and in the books because we really don't know.
Yeah.
They said someone did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one wants to assume. I can't imagine a British person purposely doing it because they would have been killed maybe even from their people.
Mm-hmm.
Like right there. No man fires except on my order. As the Joker in 1989 said, no one wants a war.
Yeah.
Well, if we can't be friends, well, just shake hands and that'll be it.
Yeah, that was his intent. I'd say jokingly.
Yeah.
Now, you see
if we can't do business, then we'll just shake hands and that'll be it. That's what it is.
You see that long thing he's carrying, both of them. The one has
like a spear kind of thing.
Yeah, but it has like wings and such.
There's a name for those. I don't remember what it is.
Bayonet?
No, it's see the guy that's got like the
pike?
It might be like a pike. I don't know, but it's kind of got axe blades on one side, but it's also got a spear thing.
Okay, no, I'm not sure what that. Some kind of fancy.
Yeah,
spear.
fancy schmancy. Well, I think that's the name of it, fancy schmancy.
Fancy schmancy thing that he could ram through you if he wanted to.
Well, probably fancy schmancy-ish because you're being British.
Axe spear, like axe spear.
I don't know. Maybe.
Spear axe?
We will not disperse.
We're not moving.
And it could very well be that somebody fired from somewhere else that, from a window.
Could have been somebody hunting. It could have been.
Could have been a lot of different things.
Could have been somebody
firing from their house that's like, I don't want to line up with them, but I'm going to take a shot at one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. Not here on this earth.
Only the Lord knows.
Mm-hmm.
But they got people killed, whoever it was.
Mm-hmm. We don't know who fired first, but we do know it was us that took out the sun or whatever it is in the Matrix,
Scorch the sun.
Scorch the sun. That's what they say. Yeah.
I like that steeple there.
Mm-hmm.
Beep. I'm booping a kitty nose over here.
A little bitty kid. No, you can't go out there. But
them little bitty kids were out there fighting, though, too.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to wait a couple years at least.
Well, really, it wasn't until... forget which war it was that they were like, no, you got to be a certain age.
Yeah. It might be a Civil War.
And even even
Civil War,
then,
even you have teenagers out there.
Teenagers,
and even then, people would lie.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, heck, they did that in World War
Disney
II.
lied about his age so he could serve in the Red Cross in World War I. So.
Kids did that. I mean, they did in World War II. We know.
Yeah.
Some still didn't work. I mean, they figured it out.
Yeah. Well, but there's some. I mean, even now, I feel like teenagers now look so much younger, and this may be just being old.
Yeah,
but they seem like they don't look as mature as when we were in high school, even.
Well, I think some of us baby the kids a lot more because we love them, and they did too. But there's more protection now than there was back then.
You would have thought Johnny would have tried to grab a rifle off of somebody. The guy was killed there.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
But then again, they also
they were running for their lives there because
they were right there with
the
them.
British opened fire.
Yeah, they weren't stopping. I mean,
and so if you have like a mature looking, 14, 15-year-old, they could get by.
Ultimate Warrior, for instance, or Paul Orndorff, when they're in high school, they look like they're in their 20s.
Sound effect is in there, but you never see a puff of smoke out of that guy's rifle who's supposed to be firing this warning shot that he's ordered to do.
Don't get realistic.
Wouldn't you hate to be one of the guys that's in the front row?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get it. Because this is the way when they fight warfare, you just have to hope that somebody doesn't take aim at you.
Yeah. And they would me.
Because you have no protection.
They would me because I'm white enough. They're not going to miss.
But you only got one shot. That's true. That's the thing.
That's true.
And then you got to reload. So you're
reloading. You're just out there.
Yep, and you're put in danger while you reload.
Excuse me.
But I think they did get to the place where you'd have you'd have layers of people. One person could fire, and while they're reloading, the next one can fire, and so you have like a consistent coverage.
Look at that long tail on back.
I can't help it. I'm thinking of the Bill Cosby. Your team must wear red and march in a straight line. We're going to wear anything we want to and shoot from behind the trees, the rocks, and everything. Because he's straight in every war like it's a coin toss in a football game.
Yeah, a football game.
So,
yeah.
It is. And this, they were expecting the Americans, as they were now known, the Americans just sit there. That's not going to happen.
Do European warfare.
Bunch of farmers ain't going to know how to fight us. We're an army.
No. Well, and really, we were so outnumbered.
Yeah, we were.
And
they thought
that's why it takes so long.
They thought they meant that we were being unhonorable.
Oh, yeah.
And on the American side, one thing that was difficult was they only signed up for a certain time. Mm-hmm. And so poor George and others kept having to almost deal with them all the time. Like, let's make, no, wait, just a little bit longer. They had a hard deal. And these people are like, hey, I don't need you. But no, you actually did need us. Because if we didn't win, you're screwed. You're up a creek.
Well, they have in the War Museum in Indianapolis, they had a little thing on, because Indiana, even though it was like a territory, in fact, it was like Illinois territory, they were part of like the French and Indian War, Revolutionary War, because they were, anyway, they had a little blurb that I read about it, that most of the people that signed up for the, Americans that signed up for the Revolutionary War, like they were supposed to get paid, but they really never got paid because there was never any money.
No, it was, they were run out.
And they just, and a lot of them did it just for the cause.
Yeah.
They endured all kinds of just.
And a lot of the wealthy lost so much money, they didn't get anything back.
Yeah.
Well, many of them, I can't remember the exact amount. I got it written down. And I can look it up, I guess. But
I know there's a thing of like how many of the people that signed the Constitution.
Let me look it up. I got
how many people died? How many people, lost their land? How many people?
Let me look at one of my sermon notes here because I do have it.
I do actually have some that tie into a character is forged through trials. Johnny begins the story proud and self-confident. His injury changes everything. But instead of allowing hardship to destroy him, God uses suffering to shape his character. James 1:2-4. Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials because you know that the testing your faith produces perseverance.
So it's saying that 56 men here, or so, 50, I can't remember, 52 or 53 were active members of the church, and 5 were tortured as traitors, 9 died in war, 2 lost their sons in war, and 2 sons were captured. Well,
in your verse talking about the adversity and that kind of stuff. There was on my trip here a couple weeks ago, one of the things that the speaker was talking about is not to let adversity go to waste.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't let the, a tough time be a waste, like learn from it, grow from it.
So funny. Look, so the British are marching along. One guy pops out, shoots one of them. He goes down. The British just keep marching and just step over the guy.
That's what you do. Yeah.
There's just something funny, but it's like, oh, well, he's dead. Okay, moving on. We don't care. We're still alive.
There's a guy at the end dragging his foot.
Yeah, well, no, he's injured. See,
at the end of the line.
Yes, he's injured on his leg. You didn't see he's all wrapped up. That's why he's dragging it. That's what I'm saying.
He's dragging his foot.
He's limping.
Dunghill.
Yeah.
You see those campfires, gentlemen? Yesterday we ruled over Boston. Tonight we are besieged in it. And still they come from every village and farm. Tonight, 10,000. Tomorrow, perhaps twice 10,000. We've experienced more than a defeat, more than a mere misfortune of war. We have been vanquished by an idea, a belief in human rights.
Good way to end the movie, but it's not quite done yet.
Not quite.
You have to have your dramatic moment where she's going around, Johnny! But she's not calling out for him, and she's just wandering around the camp.
Johnny's dead.
Johnny!
There you go.
Johnny.
Sil, how'd you get here?
Are you badly hurt?
Me? Hurt? I'm tired, that's all. Been chasing redcoats all day.
And I thought you were...
It's all right, Sil.
I feel like suddenly, Ash from the Evil Dead. Give me some sugar, baby.
Yeah,
Not Evil Dead, but Army of Darkness.
Right. Yeah, that's the best one actually.
Yeah.
He's such a schmuck in there.
Oh, he's great. Sadly, he's ill. The actor.
Yeah.
I love him, man. He's so good in there.
Yeah.
A kindling
Bruce
flame. Feed it, lads, as you fed it with your blood today. For 'tis the spark of liberty that you've touched to fire, and its light must grow until every dark corner has vanished, and it illuminates the world.
We are the sons. A little bit of animation on the map painting going on.
They did a good job there.
Disney artists, man.
Oh, man.
Disney artists.
They always had a way of ending with the harmony that just gives you almost goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Many of the Patriots risked everything, not simply for themselves, but for generations they would never meet. This reflects a biblical principle of leaving a godly legacy. It doesn't have a verse for me on that one.
I actually have a verse. Go ahead.
Freedom comes with responsibility. The American colonists were willing to sacrifice comfort and safety for principles they believed were worth defending. Christians recognize that true freedom ultimately comes from Christ, but earthly freedom also carries responsibilities to seek justice, love our neighbors, and act with integrity. Galatians 5:13, use your freedom to serve one another humbly in love.
Amen.
God uses ordinary people. One of the film's strengths is that history isn't made only by famous leaders. Johnny is an ordinary young man whose life intersects with extraordinary events. Likewise, throughout Scripture, God calls ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary purposes.
Amen.
And he is called the foolish things to outshine the wise.
That's right.
I'm not getting that right there.
But here's a great verse. I was looking up, of course, a whole bunch because I got a certain fact. I'm going to go finish it here in a minute when we're done here. But here's 2 Corinthians 3:17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom.
There you go.
Isn't that good? I like. Now there's a whole bunch of good ones.
Yeah.
But what I did, and I'd forgotten I'd done this. I did this about a year ago. I made a page that's just called American Independent Scriptures, so that every time I need it, I go back to. I'm doing the same with Christmas ones and others. Problem is, once you get into that and you start making that stuff up, it makes you in the mood for whatever it is you have that page of, whether it be of love, of Christmas, or whatever. And you go into looking those things up, and you're just ready for Christmas. You're ready for Valentine's Day. You're ready for it. But I'm going to start doing that from now on, where I have a page just for, let's say, is about sin or whatever. I'm going to have a page that way. It'll make it easier when it comes time to do a sermon based simply on that or whatever.
So you're prepared.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
We're prepared for the cool of the century.
There you go. I knew you were going to do it. Be prepared.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that was a great song.
Yes.
But I love that movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that it's a good one to have.
Yeah.
Not just for Independence Day, but especially for Independence Day.
It's available on Amazon.
Yes,
I noticed the Disney Plus app never had it.
Well, yeah, I bought it. So it is on Amazon Prime.
So that's why we watched it.
That's right.
Of course, we actually didn't watch it on Amazon Prime. I went through Movies Anywhere. So. And
I also do have the DVD of it as well.
Yeah, because that's how we watched it last time, was the DVD. So I'm sure it's possible to find it in a lot of places. So definitely one of those ones we recommend you go and watch. While it's still the holiday season, you can watch it. A few quick final thoughts before we wrap this up. Johnny Tremain remains one of Disney's finest historical dramas. While slower than many modern films, it combines strong storytelling with genuine historical interest and timeless lessons about courage, humility, sacrifice, and serving something greater than oneself. It makes an excellent Independence Day season film and offers plenty of meaningful discussion for watching movies with my pastor. And so once again, I'm your Spider-Pan Jeremy from the Fandom Nexus, all part of the Neverland Network of podcasts, found at neverlandpodcast.com, where you can find this show and many others, including sermons with Pastor Philip there at the Moment of Truth Bible Baptist Church.
All I have to say before we go is, yes, we are the sons of Christ who died for me.
There we go. But you're going to throw off my entire train of thought.
Go ahead.
We do want to remind you there on the website, you'll find a thing for Dubby. I keep forgetting to mention this. Dubby is one of our sponsors. If you happen to need energy for your playing your games and everything, but you do not want the jitters when you're trying to play a game, Dubby has all natural, nice drink mixes. You just mix it in with water. It's got all kinds of good vitamins and not a bunch of that caffeine there. It's going to give you the jitters. Thank you very much, Monster Energy. Go check out Dubby. Check out all the other shows we have at neverlandpodcast.com. And of course, we want to thank my wife for sitting here with us this time. Added a few thoughts.
Yep.
So
every once in a while, I have a thought.
Every once in a while, she has a thought. That's the way she lives her life. Every once in a while, she has a thought.
Oh, good.
Yep.
I'm having a thought. I lost it. All right. Anyone who knows that quote.
That happens more often than it used to.
Yeah. Anyone who knows that quote, come back for us next week, and we'll see you at the movies.